Most beginners waste hours tweaking mixers that are already finished because they don't have a clear mental checklist. With 14 years of mixing and 6 years teaching under my belt, I know exactly how people get stuck. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 questions to ask that'll keep you from getting stuck when it's time to call your mix finished. Now, these questions aren't about fancy techniques. They're about clarity, intention, emotion, translation, and confidence. The 5 things that make a mix actually sound finished. I'm going to drop a link below to a PDF checklist of all these questions so you have them available for quick reference the next time you mix. This one can save you hours. Every time you move a fader or load a plugin, ask yourself, does this make it better or just different? If you can't clearly hear an improvement, undo it. Better means it serves the song, not that it just sounds new. When you can mix with more mental clarity, you spend less time second guessing and more time finishing mixes and developing those important decision-making muscles. Once you start hearing what really makes a mix better, the next hurdle is turning that awareness into action. Because getting clarity is one thing, but knowing what to do with it is something entirely different. So what question can you ask that'll fix that? If you can explain why you made a move, you're mixing intentionally. If you can't, you're probably guessing. Instead of saying, I boosted 3K because it sounds nice, try saying, I boosted 3K to help the vocals cut through the guitars. That's intention. Every move has a reason behind it, which means fewer random adjustments and more confidence in your workflow. So once you learn to connect your why with your how, everything changes. You start making confident, purposeful decisions instead of experimenting your way through a mix. When you mix with intention, every move has a meaning, and you stop wandering through the settings that don't serve the song. Technical accuracy means nothing if the mix doesn't feel right. So step back and ask, does this mix actually deliver on the song's emotion? If it's meant to be raw and intimate, does it actually sound that way? If it's supposed to be energetic and exciting, does it feel alive? When the feeling is there, stop working, you're done. If it's not, don't add another plugin just yet. Ask what's missing emotionally first. Emotion is the part that turns balance and EQ into storytelling. Once the emotion clicks into place, it's tempting to think you're done, but there's one test that reveals whether your mix will actually hold up outside the studio. So what are the right questions to ask at this stage that will get your mix over the finishing line? Yes, you guessed it, this one is all about translation. At the BBC, we'd always check mixes on small monitors, and I've spoken about this a lot. I use my little Fostex speaker, but if you've got something like Oratones or something similar, that would work just as well. And if the balance works there, it will work anywhere. So if you don't have any small speakers, just turn your monitoring down really low. Can you still hear the focal points clearly? Do the kick and bass still work? You don't hear anything poking out. Everything is tucked in nicely. If yes, your mix is solid. If not, you know there's a bit more work to be done, but you'll know exactly where to go to fix it. And that's the power of mix translation. Knowing your mix will sound great, whether it's on earbuds, on an iPhone, on your laptop, or a full range system. When you mix for translation, you build trust in your judgment because your decisions hold up everywhere. If your mix stands strong on every system, you're nearly there. But there's one last question, and it's less technical and more personal. It's the one that separates the finished mix from just being another session folder on your hard drive. This is the final gut check. If this mix were released tomorrow, would I feel good putting it out into the world? Now that doesn't mean it's perfect, because no mix ever is. It means you're satisfied with what you've achieved. You've served the song to the best of your ability and you can let it go knowing you've done your best. To help answer this question, upload a mix to a playlist of similar commercial songs and listen to how it compares. And listen as a listener, not as a mixer, and don't get caught up in the perfection mindset. I used to mix sessions for BBC Radio where there was little time to overthink. It went out on air whether you felt it was ready or not. Now that taught me that confidence doesn't come from perfection, it comes from keeping things simple and trust. Trust in your ears and in your decisions. You might make mistakes along the way, but that's a learning moment to cherish. And if that's something you're still working on, that confidence to stop, to feel satisfied, to call it done, that's what I like to help people build in my one-on-one coaching. So if that sounds like something you need, the link to get on the waitlist is down in the description, and once spaces open up, you'll be the first to know. When you mix with confidence, you start finishing mixes with purpose. And the more mixes you finish, the more your confidence and skill grows. To keep building that confidence, the video on screen now is all about using reference tracks as your compass. The perfect follow-on from this video, because once you're asking the right questions, referencing helps you trust your ears and stay focused on what really matters. That's all from me. Remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.